Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
Talking Cubs and Dodgers, another really fun game. Obviously, Roki Sasaki's not going to pitch in this game. He's getting ready for Major League. Regular season games, he looked electric in his pro debut, but this is a really fun team still, and both teams, kind of top to bottom. Cubs roster is interesting. They have a lot of catchers on this roster. Moises Ballesteros at the top. Ballesteros is one to watch really closely here. Ballesteros can hit. He's got a great feel to hit. He's got some sneaky juice in his bat for his age. The body is fascinating. He's transformed it a little bit. The catching ability is my question. Do any of these speedy Dodgers test him on the base paths? We'll see. But I do think Ballesteros will need to clean up the catching skills if he wants to catch long term. If he doesn't catch, where does he play? He is 5'8". That's short for a first baseman. Does he DH? We shall see. Other catchers on the roster: Pablo Aliendo, Ariel Armas, Ethan Hearn, and Michael Carrico. Saying that one right. A lot of catchers. Honestly, Ballesteros might not even catch that much. He may start and catch an inning and pop out. That's a real possibility. Christian Hernandez changed everything last season. He changed his stance. He changed his approach. I saw him last year in Single A for the second straight year. It was second weekend of the season. And I noticed a stance change. I put out a video. I can pop that up here. Hernandez made that stance change, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, maybe there is something here. And in doing so, like, he showed improved results too. Like, I thought that was really notable that all of a sudden Hernandez looked viable. Remember, this was a high dollar signee not too long ago. And all of a sudden it seemed like, okay, this guy from the 2021 class might not pan out. But the improvements he showed, he cut the chase rate significantly. He ran a 22% chase rate. I mean, he hit a ball as hard as 114 and had a 105 mile an hour ninth percentile. That's really good. It didn't translate to home runs. He had just 5, but with more loft in the swing, he could absolutely work. He's an electric runner. He stole 44 bases. I love to see that as well. So, Christian Hernandez, as he continue to evolve his game, I mean, we will see. Ronnie Cruz in this infield as well. Cruz was drafted in the third round of the 2024 draft. Another name where this guy gets a lot of buzz. He's a glove first shortstop, but he's got good speed. I'm curious what the bat looks like. I'm going to be watching closely for that. Cole Mathis, absolute masher out of College of Charleston. Second rounder, if I'm not mistaken, for the Cubs last year, 54th overall. He's a big boy, 6'1", 210. He has some good juice in the bat. He can really hit. Will he hit for power? We shall see. Anil Cepeda. Cepeda is one that I absolutely love. I think Cepeda could really pop off here. This was somebody they signed for $1 million back in January 2023. He had a really good complex season last year where he puts up some good underlying data. Like, I want to pull up, and I'll link the team right up here so you can read all about these guys in more detail, because there's a lot of good info here on a lot of the players. I try to go as thorough as I can in my write-ups and put all the data. Like, I think the advanced data is important. I mean, 18-year-old at the complex, he had a 102 mile an hour ninth percentile, which that's like, I mean, 4 ticks above his age average for ninth percentile EV. Really good. He hit 298, 383, 428 with 3 home runs. He had 8 doubles, 5 triples. He runs well. Really good. I mean, solid contact. I won't say it's a standout contact hitter, but 72% overall, 82% end zone. With a 24% chase rate, will absolutely play. Average hit tool, probably better than average plate discipline and approach. So Cepeda is one that I am excited to see, and one that I'll be trying to get out to see early in the year when he's with Single A Myrtle Beach, as I'm pretty close to there. Pedro Ramirez is another one in the system where he's not flashy, but a solid infielder. Played some second and third. Short, stocky frame. He's had good results. And Yehiel Melendez, who I think is another breakout. With Cepeda, Melendez is also one. 6'3" build. He was part of the 2023 class, 7th round. This dude's got the stuff you want to see. I mean, really good in-zone contact rate, 22% chase rate. It's interesting because he struck out in 28% of plate appearances because he's aggressive, but the in-zone contact helps make up for it. He hits the ball hard. 105 mile-an-hour 9th percentile exit velocity with an air rate of 63%. He gets to the pull side often, pull rate north of 50%. Melendez could pop off for sure. Ty Southesine was drafted last year. 5'9", shorter side, got $1 million bonus last year. He's someone that I think could really pop off. So there's a lot of Cubs infielders that are really good. He's a quick runner. He had a 6.45 60-yard dash, which is really good. Solid splits, solid exit velocities in his amateur career. So watch out for Ty Southesine. It'll be kind of his first appearance. And B.J. Murray, who is one that also has been really solid. He played in the Futures game in 2023. Fun skill set. Jonathan Long's interesting. He's listed as infield outfield. Long was a corner infielder, mostly first base. I saw him get some third base work in the Arizona Fall League, but he's a corner outfield spot trying to get him moved quicker. Long can hit. Long's got power. He's a very fun player. You've got Christian Franklin in this outfield. I think Franklin's sneaky. Franklin had a lot of buzz coming out of Arkansas back in the day. He ended up being a 4th rounder in 2021. He was not great for the start of his pro career, but he's got serious juice. He had a near 50% hard hit rate and a 106 mile-an-hour 9th percentile. Both those will absolutely play. You love to see that. It's a pretty simple approach in the box as well. Low effort power. So I look at this kind of profile for Christian Franklin, and it's pretty solid. Low chase rate, high walk rates, checks a lot of boxes. The problem is he hits the ball on the ground too much. You got Felix Stevens, and you've got Ivan Brethauer in the outfield. And Brethauer kind of stole the show, like I think the first or second game of Major League camp, because he had a big home run. He's 6'7", and he swings like Aaron Judge. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's Aaron Judge. He's not. He's got pop. Drafted last year out of UC Santa Barbara, UC San Diego, one of those. Don't have it in front of me. But Brethauer is going to be interesting. People love to throw those comps when they see big guys that all swing the same. So the Judge comp is out there. I saw a direct comp on Twitter that said Brethauer could be the next Aaron Judge. Not going to go there. Judge is like one of the best power hitters of our generation. So that wraps up the hitters. The pitchers on this team are interesting. They don't have a lot of them. So they're expecting a couple of guys to throw multiple innings, starting with Cade Horton, who has looked really good. He dealt with injuries last year. Horton's got his velocity back. I'm expecting Horton to throw quite a few innings in this game, as is Jackson Wiggins, who has absolutely electric stuff. Wiggins was drafted out of Arkansas, had TJ his draft year, but he came back last year and really looked the part. You've got Riley Martin. You've got Will Sanders, who I've seen a lot at South Carolina. Sanders, another one that's hopeful to make it as a starter. And Drew Gray, a lefty. Drew Gray's very underrated in this system. So that's the Cubs side of things. Let's roll through the Dodgers, who obviously always have a fun team. They've got a lot of fun prospects, and they develop really well, despite what people will tell you on Twitter, because they don't have homegrown talent in the majors. But this is an elite player development org. Starting at catcher, we have Carlos Rojas, Yainer Fernandez, and Nelson Quiros. Now, Fernandez is the only one of these I've seen. Saw him in the AFL. Shorter, stockier, kind of versatile build. Played some second base. He'll catch in this game. The Dodgers do a good job of developing catchers, so I'm excited to get my eyes on Carlos Rojas and Nelson Quiros. But the highlights definitely in the infield here. Ton of fun infielders, starting with Emil Morales. Emil Morales was one of the best DSL hitters last year. He put up one of the highest WRC plus that we have seen in quite some time for all like minors or the DSL. And last year he balled at 14 home runs. He slashed 342, 478, 691 with a 194 WRC plus. Morales is a big 6'3" infielder. Does he move off short? Where's he playing? We shall see, but that power's good. The question is contact. He'll face some good pitchers here with the Cubs. These are all advanced arms with the Cubs that have ample minor league experience, so this will be a good test for Emil Morales. They've got first-rounder Kellen Lindsey in here. Kellen Lindsey's one that people love to dream on, that throw the Trey Turner comp on. The reality is Lindsey's a really good athlete. He played quarterback in high school. He's got a good arm. He's got 80 grade speed, arguably. What's the contact look like? What's the power profile potentially look like? That's what I'm watching for. You've got Joindry Vargas, who has had 2 good seasons in the DSL and the complex. Vargas is a fun player to dream on, another one with a really good 6'4 frame. He's shown some juice at times. He's also shown a concerning hit tool and the ability to hit breakers. But if you look at statistically, he's had 2 really, really good years in the DSL and the complex. I like this profile a lot. Vargas is somebody that I've always been quite high on. Can the hit tool be good enough? We shall see. I think you look, and when you see the strikeout numbers, they're not bad. 15% in the DSL, 23% in the complex. Doesn't paint a great picture of the end zone whiff problems that we have with Joindry Vargas and some struggles with breakers. But again, another prospect I'm very excited about. Chase Harlan was somebody in this org who, I think could really pop off. They drafted him last year. He has not made a debut yet, but I think he was 3rd round. I need to double check and see. 3rd to 5th round. So many names. 3rd round, 98th overall for Chase Harlan. Big frame, big power. He's one. I wouldn't be shocked if he went on, hit some hard hit balls in this game. And it will have StatCast for it at Camelback Ranch. So we will see some fun numbers, I think. Also, you've got Logan Wagner, who might be one of the more underrated hitters in this org. Wagner, I love. He's been hurt, unfortunately, and that has set him back a bit. He's still 20 years old, which he'll actually turn 21 on Sunday. He might be 21 if you're listening to this. I share a birthday with Logan Wagner, March 9th. Happy birthday, Logan Wagner. He got 164 plate appearances last year in single A, 6 home runs and 4 doubles. Really good underlying data, really, really good approach. He is very, very, very good plate approach, good recognition, picks up pitches well, doesn't chase, and respectable contact too, with good power. So Logan Wagner, I'm watching close. They've also got Kyle Nevin, Joe Vitrano, and Nico Perez in this infield. And what do you know? The outfield is absolutely loaded, starting with Josue De Paula, one of the top prospects in this org. De Paula, big lefty bat, really good contact skills. The power has grown substantially the last few years. He's grown into power, no shock. Somebody that definitely looks like he would have power. He had a 105 mile-an-hour 9th percentile EV last year. Really good pop and really good feel to hit. Zaire Hope, another one of the top prospects in this org. Hope is, stud all around. Power, speed, contact, approach. Hope does it all. He's small. He's built, though. He's kind of a bowling ball running back type build. And he's 5'10", probably. But he's jacked, and he can absolutely hit. Eduardo Quintero, one of my favorite prospects in the org. Quintero checks a lot of boxes as well. He stood out in the complex and DSL so far. He did get his feet wet in single A last year. Results weren't as good. I still love Quintero. Well-rounded skill set. You're looking at a plus hitter, in my opinion, who's got sneaky pop and plus speed. Good in the field, too. Quintero will be fun against this group of pitchers. I think Shinghai Ko might be one of the bigger sleepers in this org. He signed as a 17-year-old midseason for a $750K deal, half Taiwanese, half South African. So it's kind of interesting. He went to the DSL. The results were interesting. Slash 241, 450, 448 with a home run and 3 doubles. Just 9 games, so nothing to take away here. I wouldn't put a lot of stock into this performance at all. But he's 6'3", he's 215. He's got some legit power. He's got some big exit velocities. The plate skills are impressive. This is a profile where I'm looking at Shinghai Ko and saying, this might be a dude to know in this org. You've got Mike Sirota, who they traded for. Sirota, they drafted him out of high school. He ended up going to Northeastern University. He was drafted by the Reds. And what do you know? The Dodgers traded for him. That tells me they really like Sirota. Sirota's got some decent pop. He's got a feel to hit. He's a sneaky athlete. So Sirota's one to watch. And Jerron Elkins rounds out this outfield. A lot of fun arms as well. You've got Hyunsuk Jang, who has done some electric things. Jang's a Another one, he's 6'4", he'll be 21, right-handed pitcher. He was projected to be the top pick in the KBO draft and instead signed a $900K bonus with the Dodgers in August of 2023. He struggled in pro ball. Like, the results weren't great, but it's pretty electric stuff. 93 to 95 mile an hour fastball, up to 98 on occasion. You can see the velocity should be more consistent with the frame over time. Power slider with good sweeping action and a big curveball in the upper 70s. It's a fun arm. Jackson Ferris, who I've written a lot about, this was part of the Michael Busch deal. He's a big lefty, good fastball, which ticked up this spring. He'll sit 95, 96 in this short sample with a big curveball, good slider, and a change. You got Ronan Kopp, who's a big 6'7" lefty to like. And you got some others like Jose Rodriguez, who might be a bit underrated here. Had a really good season last year. I like Rodriguez. You also got Ronaldo Yean, Lucas Weff, Carson Hobbs, Kelvin Ramirez, Chris Campos as well. So a lot of fun names to know with both of these games. That's going to do it. We covered 2 games, and it took a lot of time, but I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk to you soon.